Hello?
Put me down, you freak.
What shape is the Earth, Coco?
Personal space.
Imagine this, if you will. You're an air conditioning repairman. You arrive at work on a Monday morning and you've got your list of calls for that day. And you turn up at the first call and this happens.
Do you know one of the biggest lies in all mankind?
Now, I've got to be completely honest. When I heard him say, "Do you know?" I was expecting this to happen.
Do you know?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
But sadly, it wasn't that. It was this.
Do you know? But one of the biggest lies in all mankind is, I think, is that the people think they're living on a spinning ball flying through space.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This poor guy. So let's see what went on, shall we? Please subscribe.
Now, what was your name again?
Late.
Lay, this is Frankie.
This is Frankie. Have you cloned yourself or something? I've never understood people who talk about themselves I've never fully understood why people talk about themselves in the third person. You'd never catch Creaky doing that. But I've also never fully understood why people believe that the Earth is flat, and here we are.
Do you know one of the biggest lies in all mankind?
An old mankind?
On all mankind, humans.
Oh, of all mankind.
Yeah.
You know, what I would say the biggest lie of all mankind would be, to me, it would be with your spouse. That's what I would say.
Or with your wife?
Yeah.
It was
When it comes down to it,
Now, you may laugh, but this poor guy probably has no clue that this conversation is about to take a turn towards, well, he's going to try and talk to him about flat Earth, and this guy's just there doing his job.
No, so in other words, I'm talking about not just your wife, not your family,
yeah.
but it has to do with all the people, men, women, children, animals.
What the hell has the shape of the Earth got to do with animals? Hang on a second. Coco. Hello?
Put me down, you freak.
What shape is the Earth, Coco?
Personal space. I'll bite your nose off.
Fine, don't tell me then.
I mean, but can you think of one of the biggest lies that a lot of people don't know? And if they did, it would change this world dramatically.
Now, I hate to break it to you, Frankie, but the average man on the street doesn't think in the same way as a flat earther. So if you're actually hoping that he's going to say, "Oh yes, that the Earth is flat," then I'm afraid this is going to be a very long and boring conversation for you.
But one of the biggest lies in all mankind is, I think, is that the people think they're living on a spinning ball flying through space. But that's not true. We live on a flat, domed,
so you think we're on a flat
stationary
Earth.
Earth. Did you hear that before?
Yeah.
And what did you think?
He's not going to tell you what he really thinks, is he? Because he seems like a gentleman. Now, if somebody asked me that exact question, then would I tell them exactly what I thought? Yeah, I would, and I have plenty of times. But this guy, probably not so much, so let's see, shall we?
But what do you see? In other words, do you believe we live on a spinning ball?
From what I'm seeing, from how we travel and all that, I think we're living on a spinning ball.
Well, would you look at that? I was wrong. He has told him that he thinks we live on a... Why do they say spinning ball? It's not exactly much of a spin, is it? It's one rotation in 24 hours.
So you think we're living... So I wanted to tell you, I mean, do you believe we went to... Did you believe we went to the moon?
No.
Oh, what have you said? You're just giving Frankie more fuel. Now that you've said you don't believe we landed on the moon, he's going to be all over you like a rash.
I don't think we ever made it to the moon.
So if you're saying you don't believe anything until you actually see it, but then you saw us travel, where did you see us travel?
Now, I have no idea what he's about to say, because this time I haven't even bothered watching this video all the way through. I, felt like living on the edge today. But he probably just means travel in general, because whether flat earthers care to admit it or not, that thing that a lot of people now use to travel, GPS, well, the G stands for global, and it works really well.
Now I'm just talking about us, just airplane-wise, we're just traveling,
Oh yeah, okay, but I'm talking about space.
No, even with space and stuff, we might have made it up there, but I don't think we ever made it to the moon.
Really? So what do you think happened then? They spent billions of dollars to get to the moon. They travelled up there, had a quick look and went, nah, let's just say we've been here and go back.
Right. So in other words, they're talking about, NASA's talking about they have probes on Mars now. Do you believe that?
I believe that we got little probes and stuff like that. One of those robots and stuff type deal.
So you think it's a small little like drone up there?
Yeah, like a little drone, something that we're sending up there.
Ah, right, so we've made it to Mars then, just we didn't bother with the moon, just, drove past. And you can tell how uncomfortable this guy is by the way that he is making zero eye contact with Frankie.
Right.
I believe in a lot of that, but for us to make it all the way, at that time, with our technology now, why haven't we returned yet?
Actually, we have returned dozens of times. We've been sending robots and rovers to do the legwork for us. They don't need to be fed. They don't need water or a return ticket.
Did you know that everything you see, every picture that you see from NASA is CGI?
CGI. And yet not a single solitary flat earther has ever been able to prove that. And I know it's mainly because they aren't all CGI, but you'd think that when they use that as one of their main arguments, they'd actually have a good rebuttal to it.
And did you know that NASA takes from us taxpayers like me and you over $50 million a day?
Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again because I just love repeating myself and talking to walls. If you imagine the US budget is $1, NASA gets half of one of the pennies that make up that $1 budget. And just for some context, in 2024, NASA's budget is around $24 billion, and the military budget in the US this year is $842 billion. So,
No.
Okay, so they're taking over $50 million every 24 hours from us.
Wow.
And we haven't gone anywhere.
do you think any of these flat earthers realize how completely ridiculous they sound when they say that NASA hasn't done anything in the last 50 years? Just the fact that you're recording this guy on your smartphone shows us that NASA has done right. Now, NASA didn't directly invent the camera phone, but it was their technology that played a role in making it happen. They developed a tiny energy-efficient image sensor called CMOS, and this tech was perfect for mobile phones because it's small, uses less power, and can capture images just like a big camera. So while NASA was busy exploring space, they also managed to find the time to invent the technology that allows us all, flat earthers included, to have high-resolution cameras on us 24 hours a day.
But I want to tell you, when you think of, if you don't think the earth is flat, what's the reason why you don't think it's flat?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because literally every observation and experiment that has been made ever shows us that it isn't. Even flat earthers have proved that the earth is a globe.
Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
I mean, we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
I don't understand that. But, in other words, you're saying if it's flat, you wouldn't be able to get to another country?
Yeah.
Why?
Because all the navigational equipment that literally everyone uses relies on the earth being a globe.
Why do you think that?
Just from what I don't do a lot of flying and all that stuff.
Not me either. I don't do much.
Yeah.
And once every 3 or 4 or 5 years, I'll go with New York.
I know, we can't travel one way all the time just to get to the other side, you know what I mean? So let's say if I travel this way, how did I get over here?
Well, that's not confusing at all, is it? But I will say that flat earthers do tend to have that effect on people.
Well, if a lot of the airplane flights, there's a lot of them that in other words, you can't fly over the North Pole.
But planes can and do fly over the North Pole. Many flights from North America to Europe and North America to Asia and vice versa cross the North Pole in an effort to cut flight time and save fuel.
Because they say it's too cold. We don't have the technology to do that. But meanwhile, they're talking about they have rockets that could go into space.
Yeah, that feels.
And that's the coldest of space.
Yeah.
Supposedly is a lot colder than planet Earth.
Yeah.
Well, there is no supposedly. We didn't guess that it was really cold in space. We measured the temperature so that we knew how cold it was in space. And the technology to send people into space is a little bit more advanced than the technology that we use when we fly from the UK to the United States, for example. And planes do fly over the North Pole, whether you choose to accept it or not.
But what I wanted to tell you is that there's over 200 proofs. Over 200 proofs the Earth is flat.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's an Eric Dubay fanboy. Look, just because Eric Dubay has a video called 200 Proofs That the Earth is Flat, that doesn't mean there are actually 200 proofs that the Earth is flat. And look, I'll let you into an inside secret. I know exactly how many proofs there are that the Earth is flat. That many. 0.
I was 64, and I woke up to the flat Earth. I thank the Lord for that, because in the Bible, we're finding out there's 200 verses signifying that the Earth is flat and cannot be moved.
What is it with this guy in 200? 200 proofs that the Earth is flat? Now there are 200 verses in the Bible that say the Earth is flat. No, there aren't. There are no verses in the Bible that say the Earth is flat. Now, there are verses that get misrepresented because...
And there's plenty of videos, if you want to research it, plenty of videos, old videos, and you see the giant ice ring around us. And did you know every country, like 42 countries, have a treaty? Even countries that went to war together and fought each other and killed their own people, they have a treaty. If anybody goes there, you'll get arrested or killed.
And yet, at the right time of year, there are up to 10,000 people who live and work there. And you can book a cruise and go there yourself if you want to. Do that and then come back to us and tell us why everybody gets shot if they try to visit.
I don't know about you, but I hate to be lied to.
And yet somehow you don't seem to have any problem with lying to everybody you speak to. Because the Earth isn't flat. Oh, you're still here then. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something new. If you did, then you'll probably enjoy this video as well. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all again very soon, or in a few minutes if you do decide to watch this recommended video. Love you, bye.